You seem, Michelle, to be in the right place at the right time. You're an entrepreneurial woman writing and filming about strong women. And I was wondering when I knew I was going to meet you I wanted to ask you, does this time in women's history inspire you, or were you simply ahead of the game?
Uh, I was ahead of the game. Take a while to be made, and so the script had been written. It was originally, it was no spoiler. It originally had started as a little play, and then I developed it into a film because a lot of my other scripts about strong women were not getting made previously to this because of all the circumstances that are now very much in the zeitgeist.
Yeah.
And so I made a very small movie first to sort of show folks, this is what I could do, and on a tight budget and a short time frame. So then, hopefully, when I'm spending someone else's money, they'll realize I'll be very responsible with it, and they'll get a good product. But so yeah, all my other scripts are also about strong women, and I guess part of it is going to women's schools. Also having very strong women in my family that I just always found them compelling, and I always would stumble across stories about, some of the other projects I have are about lesser known, incredible women that so far have been lost to history that I think, their stories should be told just because they're amazing, kind of badass, and kind of, some people have been getting to tell one side of the story for a long time. So.
And now it's the other side. What I like about you is, yeah, and this is a word that you use to describe yourself. You're an exploratory artist. You're curious about stuff that we take for granted that doesn't always make sense to you. So you poke around the hornet's nest of life and stir things up. Does that sum you up pretty well?
Somewhat. Yeah, I definitely, I've seen that, when I started writing about this movie, for instance, this, it was started as just really the sort of first scene of the movie because it was going to be a little play at my Stevedore Confederacy. We used to do one-act plays in February called My Bitter Valentine. And so this was going to be the last two bitter singles at a wedding, and then it opened up because I kept having it. Once I started, I remember having it read at Naked Angels and everybody wanted to know what happened next. And I didn't know the answer to that, but I liked that people were asking me the question. And then it made me think of all those sort of classic screwball comedies, romantic comedies, or all of these two archetypes, and I was like, well, and they're usually pretty straightforward, and there's some circumstances and they get together, and I was like, well, what made them that way? Why is the guy so, non-committal? Why is she so, wary, and so I started peeling back, the layers to go, well, what made them that way, or who made them that way? And that's what brought in then the family members. Then you start to see how someone's nurtured and how people tend to, it's also why the title of the film is Toss It, because it has to do with tossing tradition beside, a coin or the dice. But so many people, I think, live, by tradition, and it can be very lovely, but some people just blindly do it. For example, Natalie is Exhibit A.
Well, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves because I want to focus on some of these characters.
But anyway, that's what it's about. It's just like, I think I wanted to find out why some people follow traditions and are they always the right fit?
Right.